we have a shakeup in the makeup. Here's your weekend review and your headlines. South freezes while North on fire. What is your goal for the day? Bad girl, what you gonna do? National rankings, and that's where our shakeup in the makeup is occurring. This week's training class, the Orlando training, and March meetings and more. Those are your headlines. Let's take a look at what we covered this week. South was just frozen like a block of ice all week, while at the same time we had centers in the north that were in a record-setting situation. I fielded calls most of the end of last week and over this past weekend as well as early this week, hearing the tale of two cities. Those in the southeast were experiencing record-setting cold, who had sales decline and sales that had slowed down, while centers in the north were experiencing, in some cases, record-setting sales. And my advice for any of you is don't panic. Whenever you have any kind of a weather occurrence like that, your sales slowdown is going to be a direct result of that. The last time this happened, any kind of a weather anomaly like that, especially in Florida, it was 20 years ago, and my own centers that I was managing all died for about a week until we did the things that I'm recommending that you do. The recommendation is make unlimited phone calls to everything you have in your lead box, every Sales Genie lead you have, every name and phone number. Just call, call, and call. The bottom line is this: service, sell, and call until you're so busy you don't have time to call anymore. But Bill, we are making calls. Great, let's define calls. Everyone on staff should be making at least 25 calls per hour, reaching 8 prospects, setting 4 appointments. If you're experiencing results other than this, it's either work habit related or skill set related. I can't help you with the work habits, but I sent you a phone script to help you with the skill set. The bottom line is this: if you follow the advice of subscribing to Sales Genie, you have unlimited opportunity for leads to call that have been scrubbed from the do not call list. You can dial those whether it's weather related or just a total sales slowdown. And if you follow the staff recruiting advice provided, you've used the recruiting guide, and everyone you've interviewed and hired has been asked if they were agreeable to make unlimited cold calls during the slow sales period. Well, for some of you this past week, this was a slow sales period. I'm looking forward to seeing the numbers and the results of everybody that got on the phone. Now, with that said, I offer a hearty congratulations to Allentown, Pennsylvania, because Bill Lowry, the franchisee in Allentown, they achieved a one-day sales record in the history of the center with sales of over 10 grand for the day, and I want to congratulate Team Allentown. And remember, successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. You've got to think about what your sales goals are. You should not only know your goal, but know how you're going to achieve it. Earlier, all centers were sent the 2010 Center Sales Goal Worksheet. I've sent it out a couple of times now. The worksheet enables you to identify your monthly, weekly, as well as AM and PM sales goal for the day. If you need any assistance with that, please let me know. Bad girl, what you gonna do? I know, you want to hear me sing solo. Solo, you can't hear me. We've got a bit of a crime wave going on, and my question in the newsletter was, do those handcuffs come in pink? As of a couple of days ago, the count was up to 6, and I got updates. We're now up to 8 at this stage. As far as the number of PWLC staffers that have been caught stealing in the last 30 days, that only counts the ones franchisees demonstrated proof of the theft. I'm not counting the ones where theft exists but cannot be associated with any particular individual. Let me put those so inclined to commit theft on notice. You will be caught. You will be prosecuted. You know who you are. You know what you're doing is wrong. Don't do it. Cash, product, office equipment, and other items have been stolen from some centers. This also includes fictitious payroll reports, inflated hours, sales, and commissions. That's the bad news. The good news is that thieves, schemers, liars, and cheats only represent about 3% or less of the entire employee base network-wide. That means 97% of our staffers can be trusted not only with the center, but with our clients. Let's take a look at our rankings. These are our top 15 for the last 4 weeks in reverse order. Coral Springs, Greensboro, Columbus, Davie, Parma Heights, Zanesville, Strongsville, Fairfax, Okeechobee, Allentown, Charleston, Pensacola, Miami, Manassas, and here's part of the shakeup and the makeup, West Allis, Wisconsin. Lisa Reese, great job, Lisa. Let's take a look at the last 90 days. Clarksville, and I got to keep talking about Clarksville. I go back and look in YouTube back in, I think, May or June. I said, you've got to watch this center, Carolyn Murray. She's going to end up in the top 20 by the time the year is over with. And I don't have final numbers in, but it's real close. It looks like she's going to be there. Came out of the starting gate mid-year and pushed herself to the top. Clarksville, Maryland, Baltimore Center 1054, Zanesville, Onalaska, West Allis, Davie, Charleston, Strongsville, Okeechobee, Allentown, Parma Heights, Fairfax, Pensacola, Manassas, and Miami 710. Let's see, year to date. This is not, I'm missing a lot of numbers, by the way, and I'll be rattling some of those off, or I'll probably be sending an email out over the weekend to listing all the centers I'm missing numbers, and I'm missing a ton of numbers. Top 15 year to date: Allentown, Melbourne, Zanesville, Charleston, Davie, Onalaska, Florence, Strongsville, Parma Heights, Okeechobee, Fairfax, Manassas, Pensacola, Scranton, and Miami 710. So there are, I'm telling you right now, some of these centers I'm missing enough numbers. Some of those positions will change, and I've got enough centers that have not reported that I know from the calls I've had with them what their numbers are when they update those numbers. That top 10, need some C-bond. Those top 20 positions are going to change. So everybody's got just about another week or so to get their year-ending numbers in, and I'm shutting the door on it so I can get those plaques made in time for our March meetings. This week's training class was an absolute ball. I said the same thing about the one in December, but this group, an entirely different set of characters. Susan, Becky, Rose, Polly, Vicki, and Misty. In fact, here's a chance for you to say hello to all of them. Here's all of them telling you what they learned this week and introducing themselves.
Hi, I'm Susan Kelly from Cantonment, Florida, and today I learned how to save lives and make money.
My name is Becky Bain. I'm from Cantonment, Florida, and this week I learned how to save lives and make money.
I'm Rose Sinovic from Cleveland, Ohio, and this week I learned how to save lives and make money.
Hi, I'm Holly Russo from Houston, Texas, and I learned how to save lives and make money.
Hello, my name is Vicki Love. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I learned how to save lives and make money this week.
Hi, my name is Misty Barnes. I'm from Houston, Texas, and this week I learned how to save lives and make money.
Isn't Misty a crack up? That whole group was a laugh riot throughout the entire week. They are primed and ready to go to save lives and make money. The next training I'm doing is in Orlando the week of January 25th, that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I've got room possibly for a couple more, but I'll need to hear from you by midweek next week, Thursday morning at the latest. Whether it's for you as a franchisee or as a staffer that you want to get to that training, you don't have to be a Florida resident to go to that training. There's a lot of cheap direct flights into Orlando right now, so you'll want to take advantage of that. And the training hotel is only about 15 minutes away from the hotel, so it's a cheap taxi ride. Speaking of Florida, our March meetings are in Akron, Ohio on March 2nd. For Lauderdale, Florida on the 4th, Oscar, Mary Ellen, and Rika are all getting ready for their segments of the meeting. They're getting primed and pumped. Conversing with Rika, she's got some great information she's going to share with you on how she's made her office paperless. Don't know if it's something everybody's ready to tackle yet, but it's some exciting information. I've already seen some other centers that are using some of the marketing tools that she's using. I've received about 20 responses so far, totaling about 50 people to be in attendance, split almost evenly between the two meetings. I'm anticipating about 100 people between the two meetings, maybe a smidge more, smidge less, somewhere in there. But I'll draw the line on getting your reservations in here probably another week and a half or so. So that's your roundup for the week and the day. And next week I'm in franchisee school. Your best and most effective way to communicate would be to shoot me a quick email, and I'll be able to respond during breaks, during training, and while some of the guest speakers are speaking. And I have got all but 7 calls returned to everybody at this stage, so those 7 will happen before the close of business today. Have a great day, everybody.